Welcome back. You're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television live from Lagos. We continue with business news now with Teniola. She's got the stories.
Banking, so easy, so simple. Dial star 894 hash now to experience it. You first, First Bank.
Thanks, Kimber. Welcome to Business News. The central bank is seeking the intervention of the Federal Capital Territory Administration in the allocation of land to major milk and dairy producers in the country. Speaking at a meeting in Abuja, the central bank governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, explains that the initiative is part of the Apex Bank's plan to ban the importation of milk and dairy products such as yogurt and cheese, which currently gulps a total of $1.5 billion annually.
The various collaborative efforts by the CBN and the private sector has started yielding significant results, with resultant deliberate measures by the private firms to embrace the backward integration measures and boost job creation and industrialization locally. One of these measures is a partnership with milk importing companies to develop the local dairy sector and harness its potential in the interest of the nation. This strategic partnership commenced with Niger State government allocating 31,000 hectares of land to milk companies within the Bobi Grazing Reserve to develop the local dairy breeds of enhanced milk collection and also integrate the local pastoralists and ultimately curb the farmer herders crisis.
Well, the Department of Petroleum Resources has invited 200 entities to the next bidding round for the Nigeria Gas Flare Commercialization Program, aimed at taking flared gas to homes and businesses. The forum is meant to iron out concerns which will precede the emergence of preferred bidders who will become permit holders to capture flared gas and convert same for use in the country. Our energy correspondent, Olu Phillips, tells us more.
Once again, I'd like to welcome everybody here.
Getting to work as quickly as possible perhaps describes the essence of this meeting, the Nigeria Gas Flare Commercialization Program. Just last week, the Minister of State Petroleum announced that Nigeria has named 2020 the Year of Gas. Quickly, this week, the DPR is hosting this forum where many of these faces are hoping to become permit holders that will convert the huge amount of gas that is currently flared in Nigeria to commercial use for homes and industries.
The NGFCP was conceived to support Nigeria's effort to achieve zero flare by taking the gas at flare point and auctioning same to third party for commercialization.
Nigeria has over 200 trillion cubic feet of proven gas reserves, ninth in the world, first in Africa. 40% of what is currently produced go as export, 17% for domestic use, while 11% is flared, leaving a gap that is convertible into huge commercial value, which explains the interest here. Those who make it can play in the space of gas to power, liquefied petroleum gas, compressed natural gas, methanol, gas to liquid, pipeline, and more.
So we know it's available and we know it's acceptable by the fourth place because of its relative environmental friendliness, and also is more affordable than other sources of fuel we have.
Clearly, Nigeria is responding loudly to the climate change mitigation dialogue by switching to clean energy. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
A renewed round of sell-off by investors pushed the stock market deeper into negative territory as the month-to-date loss increased to 4.4% at the close of today's trading session. Layo Adigoke tells us more.
Thank you for joining us on the Stock Market Report. More than 96 billion naira is knocked off from the stock market's total value as investors start off the third trading week of February with a hangover of profit taking. The fresh round of sell pressure affected major blue chip stocks across all major sectors of the NSE, except the oil and gas counter, while the impact pushed the market's main index lower by 0.67%. Investors' appetite for equities also remains weak, as 134.61 million shares changed hands for 1.58 billion naira in over 3,300 transactions. The trio of Law Union, WAPIC and international bureaus led 15 other losers, down by more than 9% each. Jazz Bank led 10 other gainers, up by 6.25%, while Zenith Bank is the most actively traded stock with more than 22 million units. Well, that's it on the stock market report. I'm Layo Adegoke.
Thanks, Lyle. Well, U.S. stock markets ended Monday's trading session mildly lower, with losses on two major indices as Wall Street digested the latest batch of consumer data and earnings. Meanwhile, here's how other major markets closed the day. And that's business news tonight. Back to you, Gimba.
Banking so easy, so simple. Dial star 894 hash now to experience it. You first, First Bank.
Brilliant. Many thanks indeed, Teniola. Coca-Cola Nigeria Limited, through its Safe Birth initiative, has donated biomedical equipment and consumables to Alimosho General Hospital in Igondo to join the fight against maternal and newborn mortality. The initiative is aimed at safeguarding the lives of mothers and babies by donating vital life-saving equipment.
According to UNICEF, one Nigerian child out of every 13 dies before reaching age 1, and 1 in every 8 does not survive to their 5th birthday. In a report by the WHO, a Nigerian woman has a 1 in 22 lifetime risks of dying during pregnancy, childbirth, or postpartum. In a bid to change this narrative, Coca-Cola Nigeria Limited is helping to reduce the high rate of maternal and newborn deaths in the country through its Safe Birth initiative. This time, the soft drinks company is handing over biomedical equipment and consumables donated by MedShare to Alimosho General Hospital in Igondo.
For us as a company, we believe that we will do our part, and there are stakeholders who are going to work with us to make sure that they do their part. And I'm very excited to hear the Chief Medical Director give a commitment that they will maintain this equipment and they will ensure that this equipment do not become scrap that will be pushed to the warehouse in the next 6 months or the next 3 months.
The Safe Birth initiative is a collaboration between Coca-Cola Nigeria Limited, the Federal Ministry of Health, the Office of the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, and MedShare International to ensure mothers and babies can go home alive from their maternities.
We will continue to partner with the government of Lagos and government of all the states of the Federation to ensure that we reduce the infant and maternal mortality in Nigeria to the barest minimum, and it's possible for it to be eradicated.
Our focus is to ensure timely completion of ongoing maternal and child centers and also provide more to enhance access to quality health care for expectant mothers and newborn babies. Service of mankind.
The Safe Birth initiative is in line with the achievement of the SDG 3, which is ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. It aims to achieve successful birth outcomes by strengthening the capacity of target public hospitals.
Still ahead on the news at 10, leaked documents reveal how China decides fate of hundreds of thousands of Muslims held in a network of internment camps. And more from our London studios in Around the World in 5. Plus, sports. Stay with us.